Yo, what's going on, my VV OGs, my Omi homies, my fellow master collectors, and everybody else on YouTube? It's your bromie, the Gale, back at it again with another VV video. Let's go. Hey, what's happening, guys? It's the Gale. So, we had an interesting week this week. We had a lot of things happen. We had an interesting drop. We had some price pumps in the Veve app, and in this video I just wanted to talk about a few things that I've learned this week and go over a few miscellaneous facts or opinions and just have a random discussion amongst the happenings in the Veve app. So without further ado, let's breeze into it. Okay, so the first thing I would like to talk about is the latest drop that happened yesterday on Saturday, December 4th. So I think history has been made. This is the first time that we had a common surpass in ultra rare. A common has flipped the ultra rare for the first time on the Veve app. Correct me in the comment section if I'm mistaken, but so we had the DC Artist Alley drop, and Hawk Girl right here. She was the ultra rare for that drop with 3,888 editions. She costs 50 gems. She currently has a floor of 268 gems. So, the common, which was Wonder Woman, let's go to her real quick. Here she is. She currently has a floor of 265, but she reached as high as 300, I think 290 or 300, last night or yesterday, or even this morning. She has an edition size of 9,999. She also costs 50 gems. And yeah, she's the common for yesterday's drop. So this is very telling that first appearances do matter. We knew that already, but we've always wondered, can a common surpass an ultra rare? We've seen it surpass a rare and the uncommon, but never an ultra rare. So I believe this is history in the making, and I just wanted to shout that out. So this is very, going forward, this is good to pay attention to, because we've seen it before with Marty's hoverboard and a few other items, but yeah, very significant, and just keep that in mind. Just because it's titled a common doesn't, titles don't mean everything on the Veve app or in life for that matter. So before you start, treating a common, just because it's labeled a common, don't push it to the side. Do your research and understand what is being dropped. Wonder Woman is very famous, a very recognized heroine in the fictional world. I don't even probably have to explain it to you who Wonder Woman is. That's how big she is. So just remember that going forward. A common might not be a common. All right, so next I want to take it to the comics section over here and just acknowledge the comic pumps that have been going on. And I wouldn't even call it a pump. I mean, the price has risen, and rightfully so. This is Marvel Comics #1, the common, and it has finally breached 100 gems, and it is on its way to 200. We've seen highs of like 170, 175, but this is the very first ever Marvel comic dropped, as well as the very first Marvel comic period. But let's check out the details real quick. So there is 48,000 commons for this comic edition. So that's a lot of editions, kind of, but not really. So the point I'm getting at is that I didn't think that this would happen this quickly. I knew this was going to happen eventually. It had to happen, but to happen this quickly, that is a sign of what's to come. We're not even on a Immutable X yet. We don't even have like a lot of real comic collectors in the app yet. That's very telling, guys. So let's check out a few other comic prices real quick. I'm looking for Fantastic Four issue 1, which I found. So the Fantastic Four, which is basically, in my opinion, the second most iconic comic on the app currently, that's reached a price of $63. So yeah, let's check out the details again. 48,000 editions. I got 41 of them. I was stacking these at like, $7 to $13 back then. I noticed what Marvel Comics 1 was doing, and I figured that this would be the next one. So looking pretty good on that decision. So yeah, I think even at these prices, the comics are still sleepers. Like I said, we're not even on the Mutable X yet. We don't even have maximum exposure yet. Even Ultimate Fallout 4, Miles Morales' first appearance had touched $70. I didn't get a chance to get too many of these. I only have 5, even though I knew the importance of it. You can only do what you can only, you don't have, I only have so many gems. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You can't get them all, but I tried to get a few. So yeah, comics are still sleepers. I think comics are some of the best investments on the app. I think Journey into Mystery is still a sleeper. Journey into Mystery is only $27. It was at $16, so it only pumped like $10. So I think this one is gonna follow in the trends of the other comics I just showed you. It might take a little longer, but I think Journey into Mystery is a good deal right now. And another thing I wanted to point out is that you notice that the common is $28, right? So the uncommon is only $12 more, and get this, the edition size is only $5,000. So if you value scarcity over large quantities, then this is a great deal compared to the common. The only argument I have against that is that the common has the original comic cover, so I don't know if people are going to place value on that. So maybe that's why the common is creeping up on the uncommon. Other than that, I think the uncommon is a great deal, and that's not the only situation that's happened. There's a few others where the uncommon is very close to the common price. Let's check out Fantastic Four issue number 5. So that's getting up there. That used to be a steal. It's still a steal, but it's getting up there in price. 42 gems. That's kind of pricey, But here's the other one. So the uncommon is only 9 gems more than the common, and let me see, the edition size is 5,000. Yeah, so like I said, if you value scarcity, then these uncommons are at a great price, because really they should be at least, I would think, at least double of what the common is. But like I said, the common has the original cover, so that could be the reason. Time will tell, Just wanted to bring that to your attention if you didn't realize that before. So I think that's all I had to say about the comics. Yeah. Let's move on. All right, so let's talk about Tricky the Obese Bunny Gold. So, it's been long rumored or, said that people who collected all of Ron English's serial killers series would get a 13th item at some point in time. And then Ron English kind of confirmed that in the Discord, right? So people were basically going out of their way. Most people were going out of their way to complete the Ron English serial killer set right here, in hopes or in anticipation of getting the 13th item. So little did we know that Ecomi would be randomly airdropping this golden bunny to only 666 people who collected the app. It was never a guarantee from Ecomi that everybody would be getting the item. Nor did they say how it would be distributed. So people were waking up in the morning, I guess it was like airdropped overnight or whatever, to a I don't know if it was the first 600 people, or I think a snapshot was taken, and I don't know if it was random or the first. But the point of this story is that not everybody who completed all 3 sets got this rabbit. So people were people were disappointed and a little hurt that they didn't get the rabbit. So people were selling off their Ron English sets. I think a lot of people were selling off their Ron English sets because they didn't really want them anymore because they didn't get the prize, the golden prize. So the lesson in that is to collect what you want. When you collect what you want, you can't be disappointed by something like that happening. And another lesson in this story is to don't assume. If Ecomi doesn't have it in writing, if they don't guarantee it, if it doesn't come from the team, then do not assume that something's going to happen just because the majority of people believe it. When you assume, you know the saying. So that's going to be on us if we assume anything about these collectibles without official word from the team. But alas, I think a few people have gotten emails, so I think they're going to try to rectify this situation or something. It says, please await further announcement from management regarding Ron English Golden Bunny promo. If you had completed the set after November 28th through December 3rd. More info will be released regarding this through our social channels, most likely Twitter and Discord, and possibly email. So, it seems like either Ecomi got too much backlash and they want to fix the situation, or I don't think they had this originally planned. I think a lot of people were upset, so I think they're going to try to remedy the situation somehow. So that's going to be interesting to see how that comes or how they handle that. So hopefully I get something. I want something. I completed the set. I still got my Ron English though, because I kind of like the serial killers. I like the message that they're sending. Serial is pretty much bad for you. I think that's the whole gist of the Ron English serial killers series. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. Moving on. So I just want to tell you guys a cool little story real quick about karma and how the world seems to work itself out full circle and stuff like that. So like I mentioned in my Wonder Woman strategy video, I was pretty much running low on gems, so I had to make a decision to sell my lucky rabbit. I didn't really want to do it, but sometimes you gotta let some things go. And so I listed my lucky rabbit, and it got sold within like an hour. So I'm like pretty excited and stuff. And I get a message from Biscuits saying that she bought it. So I was like pretty happy about that, and I thanked her and all that. And the day goes on, and we get the Wonder Woman drop, and I'm using my lucky rabbit for the profits and stuff. And like later that night, I just happened to be on Twitter, and call it random chance or whatever, but I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling, and I find her this post right here, and she's talking about how she changed her strategy. So I'm just scrolling, and I'm like, wait a minute, she's got the 616 rare bunny blossom. So I message her, and I'm like, hey, guess what? I just noticed something pretty interesting. And I'm like, long story short, I tell her that I have the 616, the uprising of the same set. So I'm like, man, I'm pretty grateful for you buying that lucky rabbit. So we basically come to a deal. I mean, come to an agreement, and she now has the full set of the same mint set of the Cozy and Dan Uprising and Bunny Blossom. So I thought that was just really interesting. I don't believe in coincidences, I sometimes there's a higher power at work, wavelengths or whatever you want to call it, that I just happened to notice that she had the 616. So now she has an awesome mint number set, and it all started because she happened to buy my lucky bunny off of me. It's just really interesting how that worked out, and I just wanted to share that story. So shout out to you, Biscuits. Appreciate you for that deal, and all of that, the trading and stuff that we did. So yeah, that just goes to show you that you never know how your actions in the market or in life can, transaction to. It all comes back to you. Whether you put out good or bad in the world, it comes back to you. That's basically what I wanted to say. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on. Lastly, I just wanted to make a point regarding taking advice and, learning how to do Veve. I know that a lot of people look to us YouTubers or people on Twitter for, guidance or advice. And that's cool. It's smart to seek counsel or ask questions of people who have been doing it longer than you, who may know the field better. But at the end of the day, also remember that we are all individually responsible for our decisions and investments. We're all adults here, and research has always been a cornerstone of investing, whether it's stocks, crypto, baseball cards, you name it. You got to research your investment. You can't just blindly follow what somebody else is doing. Their goals might not align with yours. You might not have the same, goals. You don't, somebody might be a flipper. You're asking a flipper advice when you're an investor. You got to take all the factors. You got to consider all the factors when you're asking somebody for advice. They might not have your best interest in mind either. They might be trying to pump their bags, so they might tell you something like, go buy this, and when you're asking for you really want some decent advice. So basically what I'm saying is, take all advice with a grain of salt, but when it comes to us YouTubers, you should be viewing our content as entertainment, and take what you can from it. A lot of us speak a lot of good facts in these videos, so take the meat and leave the rest. Just have discernment when it comes to who you're asking advice from and who you're looking up to and putting on pedestals and stuff like that. Just something to consider. Just wanted to put that in your heads, because sometimes you can get lost in the you see people have a lot of subscribers, or just they have a lot of collectibles or a lot of money, and you just automatically assume that they know everything, that they're experts. We're just like you guys. We're just I'm talking about YouTubers now. We're just like you guys. We just put ourselves on camera and record our moves and thoughts, and that's basically the only difference. We just put in that work to entertain you guys or ourselves or whatever our goals are. But yeah, just everybody is smart. Everybody can do research. We all have the same access to the internet, I'm assuming, if you're watching this video. So I'm the same way I'm learning, the same way you can. So I don't know what I just wanted to put that in your head. We're all gonna make it. We all can make it if we do the proper research and make the right decisions at the right time. Everybody's learning here. There are no experts really. Some people might be more knowledgeable, but doesn't necessarily make them an expert, because this field is constantly evolving, constantly changing, and Veve could drop something tomorrow that could change the game, and everybody will be at square one. But I guess the longer you've been in the field, I guess you have an advantage. So anyway, just wanted to say that. Just had that on my mind. We all make our own decisions, and other people's actions or decisions or moves shouldn't really affect you. We're all connected on this Veve thing, but at the same time, we're not dependent on anybody else. Our investments are our own. You can choose to participate in something or buy a certain collectible or not to. Nobody's holding a gun to your head, I hope, and making you make these decisions. So whatever decisions that we make on this app or off this app, it solely falls on us. So just do your research and seek counsel from people who have been doing it longer, or who might know something that you don't, or can see something from a different angle. So there's nothing wrong with asking questions, like I said, or taking advice. Just at the end of the day, sit there and consider what you've been told or what you've been seeing, and ask yourself, is it right? Is it for me? If it's not, leave it alone. If it is, then pursue it and do your due diligence on it. And with that being said, let's move on. And that's the video, my friends. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you learned something or gained value from this video, feel free to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing for more Veve content like this. So just wanted to go over a few things that I learned this week and some thoughts that I had regarding situations and stuff. We got a long road ahead of us with this Veve journey, and it's going to be hard to lose. It's going to be hard to lose if you take the proper precautions and make the right decisions. We're not going to make the right decisions every step of the way, but being this early on Veve, it's kind of hard to mess up, I think. So just keep that in mind, and let's have fun with it. Collect what you like, and let's enjoy this ride, because it should be awesome. And with that being said, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is financial advice, because I'm learning just like you guys. I'm just your friendly neighborhood genius, sharing his thoughts and opinions on this most spectacular app known as Veve. So take everything that you hear with a grain of salt, because things could change. And with that being said, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Until then, Peace out and huddle strong, my friends. Later.